Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, my beautiful hot messes. Why is it so foggy? One, I don't even have my contacts, so if I made it worse, I probably did, but oh well. My name is Mistress Lavender, and welcome to my reading YouTube. If you're looking for my other YouTube with regular content, it's A Beautiful Hot Mess, AYE Beautiful Hot Mess. But if you're on the right channel, welcome. Yeah, my name is Mistress Lavender. I'm also known as the findomdictator. Right now, we are reading The 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. We're on page 104. Last episode, I read like a paragraph because my phone did a weird glitch, so I'm gonna restart it. But we're in chapter 14, so let's get started. But yeah. Grab your books. Throughout Talleyrand's life, I have my contacts in. Give me a second. Okay. Throughout Talleyrand's life, he said he was a superb conversationalist, yet he actually had very little. He never talked about his own ideas. He got others to reveal themselves. He would organize friendly games of charades for foreign diplomats, social gatherings where, however, he would carefully weigh his words, cajole confidences out of them, and gather information invaluable to his work as France's foreign minister. At the Congress of Vienna, 1814 through 1815, he did his spying in other ways. He would blurt out what seemed to be a secret, actually something he had made up, then watch his listeners' reactions. He might tell a gathering of diplomats, for instance, that a reliable source had revealed to him that the Caesar of Russia was planning to arrest his top general for treason. By watching the diplomats' reaction to this made-up story, he would know which ones were most excited by the weakening of the Russian army, perhaps their governments had designs on Russia. As Baron von Staten said, Monsieur Talleyrand fires a pistol in the air to see who will jump out the window. During social gatherings and innocuous encounters, pay attention. This is when people's guards are down. By suppressing your own personality, you can make them reveal things. The brilliance of the maneuver is that they will mistake your interest in them for friendship, so that you not only learn, you make allies. Nevertheless, you should practice this tactic with caution and care. If people begin to suspect you are worming secrets out of them under the cover of conversation, they will strictly avoid you. Empathize friendly chatter, not valuable information. You search for gems of information. Your source of gems for information cannot be too obvious, or your probing questions will reveal more about yourself and your intentions than about the information you hope to find. A trick to try in spying comes from La Rothschild, who wrote, "Sincerity is found in very few men, and is often the cleverest of ruse. One is sincere in order to draw out the confidence and secrets of others. By pretending to bare your heart to another person, in other words, you make them more likely to reveal their own secrets. Give them a false confession and they will give you a real one." Another trick was identified by the philosopher author Schopenhauer, who suggested vehemently contradicting people you're in conversation with as a way of irritating them, stirring them up so that they lose some of the control over their words. In their emotional reaction, they will reveal all kinds of truths about themselves, truths you can later use against them. Another method of indirect spying is to test people, to lay little traps that make them reveal things about themselves. Charles, too, a notoriously clever 7th century king of the Persians, had many ways of seeing through his subjects without raising suspicions. If he had noticed, for instance, that 2 of his courtiers had become particularly friendly, he would call one of them inside and say he had information that the other was a traitor and would soon be killed. The king would tell the courtier he trusted him more than anyone and that he must keep this information secret. Then he would watch the 2 men carefully. If he saw that the second courtier had not changed in his behavior toward the king, he would conclude that the first courtier had kept the secret, and he would quickly promote the man, later taking him aside to confess. "I meant to kill your friend because of certain information that had reached me, but when I investigated the matter, I found it to be untrue." If, on the other hand, the second courtier started to avoid the king, acting aloof and tense, Charles would know that the secret had been revealed. He would ban the second courtier from his court, letting him know that the whole business had only been a test, but that even the man had done nothing wrong. He could no longer trust him. The first courtier, however, had revealed a secret, and Charles would ban from the entire kingdom. It may seem an odd form of spying that reveals not empirical information, but a person's character. Often, however, it is the best way of solving problems before they arise. By tempting people into certain acts, you learn about their loyalty, their honesty, and so on. And this kind of knowledge is often the most valuable of all. Armed with it, you can predict their actions in the future. Image, the third eye of the spy. In the land of the two eye, the third eye gives you the omniscience of a god. You see further than others, and you see deeper into them. Nobody is safe from the eye but you. Now the reason a brilliant sovereign and the wise general conquer the enemy whenever they move, and their achievements surpass those of ordinary men. In their foreknowledge of the enemy situation, this foreknowledge cannot be elicited from spirit. What's foreknowledge? I guess nor from gods, nor by analogy with past events, nor by astrological calculation. It must be obtained from men who know the enemy situation, from spies. Sin to the art of war, 4th century BC. Reversal. Information is critical to power. But just as you spy on others, you must be prepared for them to spy on you. One of the most potent weapons in this battle for information, then, is giving out false information. As Winston Churchill said, truth is so precious that she should always be attended by a bodyguard of lies. You must surround yourself with such a bodyguard so that your truth cannot be penetrated. By planting the information of your choice, you control the game. In 1944, the Nazis' rocket bomb attacks on London suddenly escalated. Over 2,000 V-1 flying bombs fell on the city, killing more than 5,000 people and wounding many more. Some, however, the Germans consistently missed their targets. Bombs that were intended for Tower Bridge or Piccadilly would fall well short of the city, landing in the less populated suburbs. This was because in fixing their targets, the Germans relied on secret agents that had planted in England. They did not know that these agents had been discovered and that in their place, English-controlled agents were feeding them subtly deceptive information. The bombs would hit farther and farther from their targets every time they fell. By the end of the campaign, they were landing on cows in the country. By feeding people wrong information, then, you gain a potent advantage. While spying gives you a third eye, disinformation puts out one of your enemy's eye, a cyclops. He always misses his target. I'm stopping there. Next episode will be on page 107, Law 15, crush your enemy totally. But yeah, again, my name is Mistress Lavender, also known as the findomdictator. Thank you so much for joining my reading YouTube channel. Again, like, comment, and subscribe. The links are all down below in the description box to support me. And yeah, have a great day, stay safe, and remember, drink some water, eat some food, and tell yourself you love yourself. Bye, I'll see you next video.